YouTube channel Nos Confunden. Walking along the beautiful and peaceful paths created among the vegetation and the enormous trees of the ancestral lands, I saw one of the masters silently gazing toward the horizon, while the red sun seemed to stand still in the vastness of the sky. Not wanting to disturb him, I sat beside him, and a beautiful conversation about the current life in our lands of origin began to unfold. Dialogue 1. Deception of the false illusion. Projected by the first dome and the concealment of lands beyond the ice barriers. YouTube channel Nos Confunden. From here, beyond the first dome, we can clearly see the lands that the new humanity is unaware of. The ice barriers conceal continents and civilizations that remain outside their perception. And under the false illusion of the invisible projector dome, they have been taught to believe in a limited reality. But why have they been lied to? Why was this illusion created to keep them trapped? The answer, Master, lies in control. The human mind, when trapped in ignorance, is easier to manipulate. Those who control the dome have created this illusion to prevent people from questioning, exploring, and discovering what exists beyond their visible limits. By keeping humanity in the belief that they are isolated, that there is nothing beyond the known continents, they have ensured complete dominance over their consciousness. Yes, control over the human spirit has always been the goal of those who seek power. They have been taught to believe they are alone in the vast emptiness of the universe, when in reality there are more lands, more life, more truth than they have ever imagined. The ice barriers do not just hide physical lands, but also the spiritual truth that lies beyond the illusion. A lie has been imposed upon them to make them feel insignificant, to keep them disconnected from their divine heritage. YouTube channel Nos Confunden. And that lie is the foundation of the conditioning in which they have grown up. From birth, the mind is shaped to accept without question, to believe in what is projected without exploring beyond. Education and science within the dome have become tools to reinforce the idea that humanity is limited, trapped in a small fragment of reality. This false illusion of finiteness is what has kept them prisoners, not just physically, but mentally. YouTube channel Nos Confunden. That's right. The dome is a mental cage. And what is at stake is not just their view of the physical world, but their connection to eternal truth. They have been denied the possibility of understanding that they are children of a much vaster creation, and they have been taught to fear what lies beyond the barriers. The new humanity lives in a darkness that has been imposed upon them. The lands beyond the ice walls are a symbol of everything that has been hidden from them: truth, freedom, and the vastness of creation. But Master, the fundamental question is, why have they accepted this deception? Why haven't they questioned the reality presented to them? The human mind has the capacity to investigate, to seek, to explore. Yet, most remain trapped in the illusion. Fear of change, of the unknown, and the comfort of the familiar have kept them in this state of inertia. YouTube channel Nos Confunden. Fear is a powerful tool. They have been taught to fear everything they cannot control or understand. They have been shown a picture of the cosmos that makes them feel insignificant, as if their existence has no purpose beyond what the dome dictates. The control exerted over them is not only physical, it is emotional and spiritual. They have been convinced that there is nothing beyond what they see, and that fear of the unknown vastness has paralyzed them. And at the same time, they have been conditioned to accept external authority. They have been taught to depend on established systems, the science that confirms their small view of the universe, and the leaders who speak of progress but never let them see beyond the walls. This dependence is a form of slavery, a prison for the human spirit.
YouTube channel Nos Confunden.
But all is not lost. Even within the dome, the spark of truth still remains in every human heart. Those who begin to question, to seek beyond the projections, are the ones who start to see through the lies. The truth cannot be hidden forever, because truth has a way of revealing itself to those who sincerely seek it. Then, the true revolution is not simply to destroy the dome or cross the ice barriers, but to awaken to the truth that has been repressed. True freedom begins when one is freed from fear, from imposed beliefs, and from the illusion of separation. The dome is just an external manifestation of a much deeper mental imprisonment. When the mind is freed, the physical barriers lose their power.
YouTube channel Nos Confunden.
Exactly. Freedom begins in the spirit, in the heart. And when souls awaken to the truth, they understand that the barriers of the dome, the ice walls, and everything that has been hidden are simply shadows that can be dispelled by the light of truth. The kingdom beyond any barrier, and when hearts open to that truth, the lies fall away on their own. The journey toward that truth requires courage, Master. Because questioning what has been accepted for generations is a radical act. But only those who have the courage to seek the truth for themselves, to look beyond the dome, will discover what is truly there. A reality that is vaster, freer, and more connected than they could have ever imagined.
YouTube channel Nos Confunden.